finals right here and right now for the ESL1 Road to Rio. It's been a long couple of weeks and still a couple more to go.
Yeah, and you see those rankings next to the names of these teams. 21 on Gen.G, 22 for Cloud9 in the ESL World ranking. These guys are neck and neck, and this series is as such. Map number 2 and Gen.G's pick. They are a map up right now, and they're looking to make quick work of Cloud9. Fast into middle with the Glocks. Motum, he's here. JT as well. It's a two-man setup towards B also for Cloud9. OC sees nothing on A, and Gen.G are at least going to push one of those mid players off, but JT is waiting.
The smoke in mid from Gen.G. JT is going to be the one here that's going to have the first bit of contact, and they all bunch up for him. Unfortunately for him, can't land the headshots. Now that is an interesting take on the B side. Sam comes flying in. Ezio out of Torre status. And they're going to get a bomb plant over here inside of this B site. Good stuff from Gen.G. Even smoother moves from Sam.
OC. Never much love for this guy, and that will continue as Automatic comes in on the wraparound from behind. Gen.G, get this pistol in the bag. Absolutely love it. I love everything about it. Som especially, flying through the air.
That was cool.
He's sitting on the head of Floppy, no less.
He's such an exciting player. He's such an interesting player to look at. The fact that this guy is so young and yet so good in the server and beating up on, okay, maybe Cloud9 on tier 1, but he's certainly had had some incredible performances against some of the best teams. So yeah, I actually really like watching Som play on this roster for Gen.G. This whole team is entertaining. And Gen.G in the second round going to be going quickly towards A. The flash is really good for the CT side, and Som can't see a thing, but he can get the damage off, and the Molotov will do him justice. Floppy burning out, and Bentek cleans up the round. It's Gen.G taking a flawless one, but as dominant as that looked, it was full USPs for Cloud9, so they've got guns here and now.
Man. And you could tell the panic spray from Som somehow gets a kill with a Molotov in the midst of all of that. Two players basically doing a tango in his crosshairs. But yeah, that's going to be another round for Gen.G. Good, strong start here. Look, it's all over the place.
He's like a Beyblade, man. They've just let him rip, and he's spinning around and shooting. I don't think they used to do that, but...
See where those flashes go that Kusa's throwing from spawn? They actually land in front of Som above. He won't get blinded by them, but anyone getting aggressive on the A side of things will. I love that from Gen.G. They're going to take top A with really no contest from Cloud9, with those flashes coming in, both of them as well. If you're Cloud9 and you have players there, you're going to die, or you've got to run back. Those are your options.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons as well, right, why CT Vertigo is so hard to get off to a good start on is this first buy round, as Cloud9 have it now. You'll note that they really don't have a lot of utility, right? And so what this has meant is they can't really afford to play ramp because they don't have any Molotovs or incendiaries, rather, to slow this down. They don't really want to throw too many flashes or smokes into it because these smokes become so important in this retake. This is pretty much every A site play, and the smokes actually don't even come through. They try and push through these offensive smokes, and they will meet their match on the other side. Daps and Automatic left in a 2-on-2. Not much HP between the two of them, though. And for Motum and Sonic, this is a more than doable round. They smoke on the bomb. They might just look to stick it. They at least tap it, and that's going to bait the peak of Daps on in. He's caught out in the open, and he does spot that they weren't on the bomb, but this time they are sticking it. Automatic's going to try and play around with the timing, damage off, and while he does deal with the man on the bomb, Motum doesn't have time. So Automatic plays that one to perfection. He gives it those few seconds to begin with, right? Allows that defuse to be stuck long enough so that if that's the only kill he gets in the round, they still cannot win it on the Cloud9 side without a kit, and they don't have a kit.
Yeah, and the error there for Cloud9, too, is just really committing and thinking that that last player is towards the ramp. And ultimately, he's not. It is Timtah, also known as Tim Magic.
I feel like you very, very rarely see the CTs win this first buy round, right? Because you are just so strapped for everything. Because like even another detail is if they had the extra $400 for a kit, they would have won that round. So the odds really are stacked against you, especially in like this first 5-round period on the CT side of Vertigo, if you don't win this pistol round.
Yeah, Gen.G, funnily enough, right? Well, we haven't got a huge amount of data to go off of. On this map for Gen.G, out of the rounds that they win, 70% of them are on the CT side. That is huge and
that's
very,
wild. This is
very
like one of the
rare.
most T-sided maps.
Yeah.
This is the most T-sided map in the pool.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. So, like, they've only got 3 maps played, and one of them was a 16-1, so, you know, I imagine a lot of that was on CT. But still, that's a crazy stat. And going 3-0 T-side certainly going to help that as well. Sonic getting aggressive, but bad timing. He looks down, and Bintet looks up. Cloud9 still have everyone here. 3 players inside of B, but the smokes are down. And Gen.G, what an execute. These guys definitely have been doing their homework. You can see it in the server. Full smokes down, Cloud9 out. Bintet going to fire through this smoke, and Motta might as well just get out of this one, even running through a Molotov to guarantee his escape. But not Floppy, not as lucky, and Motta might have to move out of this one. Gen.G going 4-0 up with 5 alive.
Something that was really cool there is they threw like this molly setup into the bomb site. That, you know, like the behind the bomb boxes, right? And then if you're hiding there and you get mollied out, your options are to either try and run to generator rather, or you just have to wide swing out into the open. And they throw these Molotovs. JT tries to get away, runs all the way through these 2 mollies, and is brought down to 10 HP in the process, right? All the while being out in the open the entire time, which led to him getting shut down. So it's a nice little detail there, coupled with those smokes that go down at the generators to lock off anyone else from the CT side of the map. You absolutely love to see it. Gen.G are really looking like a force to be reckoned with early on here on Nuke. Vertigo, really not nailing it tonight. Really need to wake up.
You know, I think now is the most appropriate time, on the cusp of another gun round here, that we give a very appropriate
Oh no, what's this?
round of applause in the chat for Harry and Hugo. They have been here muscling, marching down the road to Rio, and they are not going to be stopping anytime soon, I can assure you that. Floppy, though, he's not going to be stopped by anything either. His M4 on the charge.
On the charge and on the cards. It's a flashbang to find Bintet. He was blind coming up short side, and Gen.G slowing it right down after that kill. Daps is trying to clear out bottom B late, and Gen.G have had a bit of a change of heart here thanks to that early gunfight.
Good grenade.
Yeah. Sonic has JT behind him as well, so this is a double pushed up B setup, and Gen.G very difficult to get back in here. And we're seeing now how teams are now taking this further area, right? It's not just about owning the bottom of B stairs anymore, with, you know, no longer having to worry about the left-right crossfire coming out of bottom B. You can cut off that choke point for Gen.G, and Cloud9 have so many routes to fall back from as a result of that. Does also mean that JT can rotate off the site and just leave Sonic to deal with that one. JT is still in B. He's actually re-aggressing now as Gen.G have gone quiet on A, but that is where they'll be committing. Daps is on his own trying to sell this B fake with utility, but Floppy is about to get a little more information coming his way. Molly pushes him back. That's very important timing for Gen.G. He won't see the bomb, and as a result, Cloud9 can't call for a full rotation, but that's going to come soon as Automatic moves up with the AWP. Floppy aggresses with one. Good shot from Automatic, dropping OC in the site, but there's still Floppy to get past.
Yeah, Automatic's going to dump this Molotov towards the elevators and a flash. Floppy still in the round. It's going to be a bigger problem. Here comes the bomb in tow. Automatic and Kusta looking to put it together here in the last few seconds of this round. Sonic on a quick flank is going to prove to be a big problem. They somehow get the bomb down amidst all of that craziness. But it's a first round here for Cloud9, the boys in baby blue. And sometimes other colors, I'm sure. But
yeah, finally able to put their first round up on the board, right? And they do get it in round number 5 with that full investment. So now looking to chain a couple more together on the back of it. And that's one of the most important things to begin this CT streak for Cloud9. I think if you let this one elude you, you know, the money gets broken down again. It becomes a bit of a tricky subject to approach within the team, because you will have players, you know, with plenty of cash like JT and Martin, but the rest of the gang, not so fortunate. Early on, Gen.G going back towards ramp once again. A heavy exchange of utility here, but not much damage found on the back of it. Does slow down the rate at which Gen.G are granted this control. Now, in amongst all of this, JT's going aggressive down towards B, but with it, he's dropped this smoke, and this has given a bit of a suggestion to Kusta what might be about to follow. JT, is he going to be ready for this? I don't think so.
Nice.
And indeed, he's not. Kusta does provide the opener here for Gen.G, and that's a real problem for Cloud9 as well, because now they've had to rotate a man away from mid. This is where OC is stepping up and starting to deliver for the Cloud9 squad. He gets a quick double to even out these odds once again. And now back into a 3-on-3. This short disengagement from Ramp has given Cloud9 a bit of information as to what might be about to follow.
Oh, man.
Sonic hidden over here at the back of the site. Now, there are Molotovs on Gen.G. They've got to be aware. They are not. Kusta falters. The flash is good. Sonic is trapped out on a limb here. The rotations are coming in. Smoke down, but it's not going to block off OC as he still looks to get stuck in.
Oh, look at Som's play. He's really going for it here. Finds one, looks for the second one. No, he's right on top of him. It's bottom. In the right place at the right time. Now just Daps in a 1-on-2. He's going to go ahead and try to make a little bit of noise here. Maybe bait out a fight or bait out the idea that he's gone back to A, but he is certainly still here inside. And Sonic hasn't moved this entire round, it seems. Easy op kill from bottom. So a second one on the board for Cloud9.
Yeah, that's a nice play from Som, but maybe like the lack of map awareness, didn't realize there could be a player above him, easily able to see him as he comes through that smoke. It's just based off of timings, and they didn't really have much else to look at other than middle. They knew that Gen.G were inside of the site anyway, so yeah, Som getting caught. New map though, new position.
And you can't even be mad at what Som tried to do right there.
No, I like the go, right? Because if he just takes that first kill, he gets traded and leaves Daps in a 1-on-2 anyway. So Som's trying to get the most mileage out of that round that he can. He's trying to get a 2-for-1. And if he does, then Gen.G are in full control. But, well, he doesn't. So look at the situation they get stuck into. Pistols out for the T side, Cloud9 building in. And OC, he runs through a Molotov, gets a pick, falls back, hits a flick, and has a really, really good round, all things considered. So, knowing how he really struggled to warm up back on Inferno, it's good to see him in the firing line right now. Sonic taking first blood here for Cloud9, but there should be many more kills coming through.
Yeah, easy does it here for Cloud9. Shouldn't be an issue whatsoever, just Daps with 14 HP. So 3-4. Cloud9 showing that they're still in the game and have also built up some pretty sweet bank balance here in the meantime. 5K on bottom, 4 on OC, a little over 4 on Sonic. But they're not going to need any new weapons. Whereas if you look at the Gen.G side, we're looking at AKs across the board and a full-on investment, utility and all. So let's see what Daps and company have put together. Round 8 of our ESL 1 North American semifinal. Number 1. It's OC out with AWP again towards A ramp.
Yeah, but mid control really looking to be the efforts here for Gen.G. 3 players creeping on in. Over towards mid. In amongst all of this, there has been some aggression from Floppy down towards the base of ramp. There's always a chance at this head-to-head between him and Daps, and we caught that just in time. Now, man down for Gen.G, trying to get in towards middle, but to do that, you got to get past JT and Mottom. They do, but they are trailing behind. Some here alone. And he's in the firing line.
Yeah, but so is Kusta. Kusta's inside of this site already. They don't have the bomb here just yet. It's on its way. It's a little bit delayed. And Kusta now is trying to find some ahead real estate within the site itself.
Yeah, Som didn't want to go over the construction in middle because he could have lost the bomb on his own. He opts to come and join Kusta, but well, look at how well that's gone. Kusta's dead, Som's continuing, and he's found a headshot angle, but he can't hit the kill. Sonic hiding at the back of the site. And I don't think he's going to move, judging by what we've seen from Sonic at the back of B.
Just hangs out there.
Yeah.
Come like here, a hedgehog, you know?
Oh.
Just kind of curls up in the back of the site.
He's actually moved forward. He's after those rings. And Som ringing at the door. He's made a noise. He's got one, but the re-peek is in, and Sonic will close the round.
Now, speaking of rings, anything you want to share with the class, Harry Russell? Or not. It's up to you.
I just dropped a ring down the toilet. It's not even like a big deal.
Oh, everyone needs to know. The whole world needs to know that.
Yeah, it would have been not a big deal if it wasn't your wedding ring, Harry.
Yeah, and if you weren't wearing it again today.
Yeah, well, I think, I would have... See, it was Chad to get it out. That's the real hero part. That's the best part, isn't it? I didn't really want him to. Didn't really ask.
Would you have abandoned it, Harry, if Chad
did abandon it. I tried to.
Oh, you
Chad fished it out. Buntet over here at the top of ramp, along with Gen.G and the rest of the gang. Looking like they might fall back into this A play. Damage done through the spam spot. Does find a brief connection onto Floppy. Gen.G, they're grouped up. They're huddled together.
trying to make the pistols work. Here comes OC. Looks like he wants to get mobile with AWP, or at least cut off more so of an angle here towards this A ramp. And this is where you're going to want to see something get creative for the side of Gen.G if you just have these pistols. Ooh. What a god spot there from Daps. It's not Bintet, though.
Floppy's getting the reload in. They're hunting him down, but he's going to peek ahead of it and kill them both. The AWP is there to close, and Cloud9, 5 alive, 5 on the CT side. It's a good half so far, and Gen.G coming back in with guns. Cloud9, at least 5 in a row. This is quite the recovery, you know, as how things started for Gen.G. They're in full control, but Cloud9 have had answers on every site.
Yeah, what are we thinking is a comfortable score here for Gen.G to end the half with?
Ooh, I've got to say 7. Something high, you know. Even 7, I think, is... Like, I think we're in a world where you should be winning the half on the T side. But like said earlier, Gen.G, they actually win 70% of their Vertigo rounds on CT. So that's, you know, not common. And I don't know if they'll be able to do it against Cloud9, but that's what history says. So let's keep that in the back of our minds. If Gen.G get 5-6 rounds on this T side, it's not over.
Yeah, not to mention, right, the last time these guys played together, there we go, that's the right order of words. It was a very, very close affair, right, ending up in overtime. So, you know, this kind of close neck-and-neck game is what we were expecting here in this second map. Now, for it to remain close, for it to remain neck-and-neck, you've got to keep putting these rounds up on the board if you're Gen.G, and you've not been able to do that for the last 5 rounds in a row. So things have got to take a turn at sometime soon. Som looking to be the point of entry here over towards ramp. Back at this aggression early on. And the last few times we've seen this from Gen.G, they've actually been peeling away and going towards that B site. But I wonder if we just get an all-in A execute, you know, the bread and butter of Vertigo. Yeah. All 5 players here, no attention elsewhere on the map, so it certainly looks like it. These smokes go down, and OC turning in that Molotov does get tagged up a little bit. Floppy trying to aggress short side, and he is able to overwhelm Daps. But in amongst all of this, the bomb has been planted for Gen.G, and it's a 4-on-4 retake. Automatic trying to go toe-to-toe with OC back in CT spawn. Also, bear in mind that this number 3 on the minimap, Motum, coming in on this flank, might be in for a nasty surprise. There are a lot of players at the top of ramp ready to pounce on him if needed. Sonic has gone through these defensive smokes, and Motum goes running on in unchecked. Automatic now has a lot to do, and suddenly it's actually all on the shoulders of Buntet in a 1v3, but he's lighting up the scoreboard, and Buntet locks it down. 5 on the board for Gen.G. On the back of this man, he even holds on to the AWP after time. An all-round team player here as Buntet puts that 5th on the board and ties it up now.
That's so excellent. I love watching Buntet clutch as well. He doesn't ever play the bomb or like fall back safely. He's just going to fight you. And one by one, he just re-peeks back in under that smoke. And we see how that smoke thrown by Cloud9, often used by CTs, can be good if you play around it, but it can also bite you in the arse if there's a player on the ramp and you're trying to push towards him. If you're retaking with that smoke, you can have a lot of trouble. So Cloud9, they have a lot of trouble, and Kusta, he's got a little bit more. It's in high supply. 2 kills up into this B bomb site. Knife out, hold W, get in control. Gen.G are here with a vengeance. Cloud9 might have already lost this round unless they find a quick kill. That AWP tag does come through, and a grenade could finish the job. It will. Great lob coming in from OC.
Big lobs.
But it's still not going to be around.
No, it's not. It's going to be Gen.G putting up 6. No, it was earlier today, I think, that we were trying to throw the bomb through that the old boost spot there in middle through the little window.
Did it work?
No, actually it didn't work.
Well, is that because you couldn't throw it high enough or because it was blocked off?
I think it was blocked off. Now, I'm not...
I don't know. You can get flashes through there. I flashed through there,
you got boosted over. I think you were just trying to throw it through. Solo. Yeah, I don't
it's a little tough to do. It's more of like
I don't think it is blocked off because you can definitely get grenades through that.
Well, guys, you know what? Just trying to say it's not the easiest feat in the world. Speaking of feat, we see a little bit defeat here of Cloud9. They lose that round. And we're back on DE Vertigo.
Yeah, and almost killing OC there, getting out of the site as well with the AWP. He got flanked to the MAC-10 that did like 80 damage, and then the round came to a close, and he kept the AWP. So a big save for Cloud9 with a couple of guns. Keeps him economically fine for the time being. Again, back to B for this early fight. Ooh, was that a connection? Was that a hit? No, it's Modem elsewhere that's getting tagged. Automatic goes for a flick shot, but Cloud9 don't want to hang around considering it lost the B last time, so a quick Molotov, and they'll focus on AWPing on A. Floppy's pushed. OC often flashes him down past this position. We'll see if that continues. Automatic holding for a repeat, but there's a flash from OC. Floppy should be going aggressive with it, but he's actually going to just hold off here. Bentet is waiting. Shot from Automatic connects. Bentet's still here. Floppy has traded that AWP, but he's going to try and get back, and Bentet doesn't want to let him. Quick frag from Bentet. Good work as it puts Gen.G back in the advantage.
Yeah, I like the setup there. They realize that they can't just afford to have one player there, especially with the aggressiveness that CT show on A site when they get given the opportunity. Or it's just an all-out skirmish for the scaffold.
And now if you're Gen.G, right, it must feel very, very easy to just fall back into this default A-side play. You just throw these two smokes down, and that pretty much cuts Cloud9 out of the round. It forces them to have to commit through these smokes, and this is why this A-site of Vertigo is so strong for the T-side, right? Like, it's going to be hard enough playing around this in a 4-on-4, but now you're really relying on Sonic to give something massive over to Cloud9, and he's only able to put one up on the board. This might just have to be the save here for the Cloud9 squad. It's JT and Motum still toying with the idea of going for this retake, still floating around. As Motum's moved in over towards CT, there is still a smoke in play as well. They're able to get a kill and get that smoke down onto the bomb. Maybe there's a chance for Cloud9. Maybe they can accomplish something, but a lot of it is hinging on winning a fight sometime soon. And as this smoke fades, the first kill goes in favor of Daps. Motum does not wait long before deciding to get the hell out of there. He'll run for the hills. 7 on the board now for Gen.G.
And that rounds all off the first kill, like you say. Once a bomb gets planted, Cloud9, they're relying on the frag into the retake. If they don't get it, Motum, you can see, the second his teammate dies, he's out of there. And that's why it's really nice to see Gen.G. They plant and they fall back into these incredibly passive post plants. Cloud9 hanging around on the A site, looking for kills, looking towards the ramp, towards short, and they just see nothing. And Gen.G are playing the bomb like perfection. Automatic gets a kill, and it guarantees a round in for Gen.G. They're on 7-5. Cloud9 with attack. They've got very little money to work with. This is a skew-if situation. They shouldn't buy, but of course you don't want to give away more rounds when you're already down in the server. That being said, it's probably the best decision they can make here, taking one eco, hoping Modem can get some value out of this M4 and buying up at the end.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, I mean, the entire premise of the game is built on, you know, the T's plant, the CTs have to retake, blah, 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 but it just seems so much more intense on the A side of Vertigo across any of the maps in the pool right now. It just seems like insanity. As soon as that bomb's planted, that that switch is flipped. And it's just, you know, an all-out struggle, an all-out chaos. Boy, is it not any easier for either side to get to that point. So, nonetheless, just 2 M4s here for Cloud9.
Ooh, the mid push. Some perfect spray. Kills them both. There's even a third player there earlier, but he's gone deep in towards B. Cloud9 are pushing this as well. They've got nothing to lose, everything to gain, but Kusta is... He's full of weird spots to hold B, isn't he? He had that little boosted position earlier. Now it's automatic. Great flick, gets
DOC. Bye. Wrecked.
This spot is grimy.
Kusta does have the bomb, though, which you don't love to see. However, luckily enough for him, he does win that first fight onto Sonic. There's like a world in which this or that did get out of hand, but thankfully Kusta is able to hold his own down towards B. 8 now on the board for the side of Gen.G. And a reinvestment coming through for Cloud9, but already you're going to note Sonic relegated down to an MP9. Rest of the guys shouldn't have the same problem. You're even going to get to see the AWP over in the hands of OC, so it's not the end of the world. Only one defuse kit here in the hands of Motum. And, you know, with how this Vertigo map plays and how often it does come down to the retakes, that is something to bear in mind. So he's going to play over here towards the A site early on, and it is a very heavy A presence. This is surely going to be some ramp aggression, or at least a bit of a peak from Cloud9, but this many players here, and yes, it really is.
Full send.
Motum is getting stuck in to the front line. Now, is this where he wants to be? The flashes go in, and he tries to challenge Buntet, but does not come out ahead. Man advantage taken for the Gen.G squad. And if they were to pounce and activate over towards this B site, which is where it's looking like they're thinking about right now, there is only one player here in the form of Sonic. Once again, he's the guy on the MP9 in this round, so certainly not the weapon for the job.
What's this little boosteroo for Gen.G? What are they huddling down doing for warmth at the bottom of B? It's been heard.
It's
Sonic
scaring me,
knows.
and I don't like it.
Are they trying to boost on like the edge of the railing? Like, obviously you can climb up on it from the sandbags anyway, but not going to go for it, whatever it is. Sonic waiting very close. Here's all of this.
I wonder if that was like also to try and spot this close position, right, from a bit of a different angle. And Sonic has very, very promptly moved into position once that boost was attempted.
Oh, look at Som.
Oh, dear. Look at, yeah.
How's he here?
Don't really know, and I don't think Cloud9 should know either. Now, he does give up his very advanced position, and that leaves him, I was going to say trapped, but maybe...
Wild man.
Sorry, he's not trapped in here with them. They're trapped in here with him. As he deals with both players over towards middle. This now leaves OC and Sonic saving at the B side of the map.
Oof.
Yeah, whether they wanted it that way or not, can't always have it your way.
Yeah, that actually feels like that was purposeful for Gen.G, right? Like throw a lot of pressure early on the site A and you know, really force Cloud9's hand with a heavy setup, and then, you know, use that time to put Som in middle and then just wait, go silent. Gen.G don't do anything until Som gets 2 kills because they don't need to. Like said, Som is unknown in that position, and it's such a valuable one at that. Great exits from Sonic. It's away with an AK here. Orp is even going to find another automatic. Does he want to risk giving away his gun as well? Money is fine for Gen.G at the end of the half. I think the biggest fear is giving away a double orb, but...
Yeah, I like this.
Not going to connect. I like the try, though.
Yeah, cool idea. Albeit just a 9th on the board for Gen.G, and you're right, end of the half is now. Round number 15, we're going to flip here after this round, switch sides.
I just love it when teams on the T side go silent because they have a player in a good position, and that player makes the call, guys, stop, no one die. That's a key, no one die, wait. And Som there, he knows he can get minimum of 1 kill, and, well, he finds a double, killing both a B and an A player in the mix, and then Gen.G just commit off of it. Great round for them, 9-5, looking for double digits at the end of the half.
Man, I'm thinking about the time that there was a point in time in this map where Cloud9 were up 5-4 after that initial 4-round streak from Gen.G, right? But it has just been the return of Gen.G towards the end of this first half, and in a very big way. Kuster and Daps setting up outside of the B bomb site early on in this round, and they're going to try and assemble this boost once again.
Oh my God.
Are we ever going to get to see it, Daps? Wow. Oh, I don't love knowing that he's only standing... on the head of Kuster. He's going to go up, and when he goes up, it's really gone wrong. It's really gone wrong in every conceivable way for Gen.G. And it continues to go awry in this round. The bomb is now dropped outside of the B site. Automatic's going to try and retrieve it. And he will at least grab the bomb just about. He's got it, and I knew he would. Nice, good job, Automatic. He's running with it. Buntet is now deep within the A bomb site. 2v5. And Buntet, while he does light up the first man, all the pressure of this round falls onto the shoulders of Automatic. This is a very difficult clutch to navigate. With Sonic already set up in CT, Automatic runs the risk of going down the moment he gets off this bomb. Tries to beat Sonic to the punch, does go up and over, but OC has his number. Defu's gonna come on in. Cloud9, they take a 6th at the end of this first half of play. Is that gonna be enough? In the second half of this second map, with Gen.G already 1-0 up in the series, Cloud9 are fighting to keep the dream alive. Can they get it done? You're gonna have to join us after a quick break to find out.
Welcome back, everybody, to the ESL 1 Road to Rio. Cloud9, Gen.G squaring off here in what is a semi-final. Of course, Gen.G now get to flip it over on their map pick and see if they can put this one to rest, to see if they can finish off what they've started here on Vertigo. They've already won Inferno, and if need be, we will see Train. But for the time being, the GG.bet odds will tell you that Gen.G are in the lead.
Yeah, they're in control. 9 rounds on the T side, and now moving into what is statistically their better half. But we'll see that put to the test here and now. A fast fight on ramp, but no one to receive, no one to meet. Cloud9 taking their time. They're going to group here eventually with the bomb, but it's late to the party. Let's hope there's still some cake left.
But taking the first peek. Now they know Automatic is out here at short side as well. A lot of damage done, but it's very important that Floppy stays alive in amongst all this because he's donning a lot of utility on this squad, and he only gets to throw that smoke on in. Now it is retrieved by JT at the very least, and now this push looking to come through. JT gonna catch a man stuck behind the sight box. Quintet trying to come alive, and this round is so messy. Motum even kills Sonic. That is another TK for Cloud9 and an important round, right? You think back to Inferno, they did it there as well. It might have actually even been the same too. Apart from, I think it was Sonic killing Motum back there. So a bit of revenge, I guess. But now's not a time for revenge for Cloud9.
Yeah, it's almost as soon as you say how pivotal it is for Floppy to stay in the round, he just gets grenaded. That's it. All right, Caster's curse.
Yeah, it really is true. You know, I think Henry proved it better than anyone with the, oh, this is an epic moment now. And this is it. And then the server crashed.
That was a Gen.G game, wasn't it? Wasn't it Gen.G Cloud9 anyway, actually?
Yeah, actually, I think it was.
Maybe it wasn't. I'm not. Oh, who knows? Who knows? No, it wasn't.
I love this spot. Bintet. He's only good for one, but I love the spot right there. Can very much go undetected. Daps is going to clean up the rest from the generators inside the B site. And it's an 11th round on the board for that of Gen.G.
It was EG, Harry. Different G.
Ah. EG, Gen.G, OG.
That is true. Right now, it might
GG.
Yeah, I was going to say, it might be GG, Trace. It's coming up. Cloud9, they've got to build a T-side here, but let's not call it before it's already happened, because Cloud9 have yet to show us a T-side rifle round, and this is the bread and butter of Vertigo. This is the go-to. And a site control. Will it be continued by Cloud9? Will they go for it? It's looking certainly likely as they set their sights towards A with that bomb. Bottom moving up with a smoke to try and get semblance of control here for Cloud9. He's going to move towards short side as well. Gen.G have thrown their deep smoke, but they're not playing behind it. They're actually very focused towards mid and B. It's a solo A setup as some hides in the boost, and that might be the right call to make. That bomb is moving out in mid. A lot of players being loud. Automatics dropped it, but he can't hold on to it for too long. He's actually going to go back for more. Perfect timing, catching Floppy, swapping out guns, and Automatic has got a molly from the ground to throw back. Gen.G have even pushed B, and Cloud9 are coming back to it late.
Sonic's taken up a position he would be playing in on the T side. He's like going back to the floodlights and is holding down this B side of the map. He is a menace at B, is Kusta. And you really don't envy Cloud9 for having to deal with someone like this in the server. Like, he's so annoying. Look at him. He's still floating around. They're still dedicating all this time to dealing with him. And Kusta has been nothing more than a great distraction in this round. Automatic is about to get the information that ramp is clear. And this should lead to a B rotation. Kusta goes away. Gen.G had the read that was going to be an A play. And Automatic, he just cleared ramp. He just got the information a second too late.
Look at the silver linings, though. We're looking at some utility still here on Gen.G. They're going to go ahead and dump a Molotov into the site. Very low player. Somehow stays alive, and JT on 8 HP. Sonic on 10. Modem with the 100 and the AK. So holding on into this bomb plan of the B site. It's Gen.G that have to get back inside.
Automatic is taking a long time, and of course they're considering it at this point. JT is low, a bullet away from death. The smoke buys him more time, and Automatic has got the kill. Sonic's pushed up, though, with a wraparound bottom from the back of the site with 2, and Automatic regretting how this round went down. I bet all of Gen.G are. They had it in the palm of their hand, and they're going to throw it right back into the hands of Cloud9. 7 on this T side, a recovery round for C9 to keep in this series. And that's so unfortunate, right? Automatic's just making the call. Guys, I'm down ladder. I'm flanking A. And the reason that works is because Cloud9, they don't go through the connector to B. Sonic checks it, and he gets spotted by Kusta. So they walk around from connector to T-spawn to B. And that was the one place that Gen.G had no information, T-spawn. So a second's difference. If Kusta just doesn't move as well, he probably gets 2 kills there. The first dude in was 10 health. So Kusta probably just mows him down and Gen.G win the round before the bomb gets planted. But hey, that's a world we don't have to live in right now as Cloud9 have recovered and they may be building into this game once and for all.
Yeah, looking like we might see another one of these fights down towards B early, and this time Kusta is not afforded as much ground. He hears some footsteps there. Sonic makes a bit of noise falling down from the boxes at ramp. Daps holding on to middle. He does have Buntet and co nearby to help him if needed. Automatics here as well. A very heavy mid presence from Gen.G. And this is a lot heavier towards mid than I feel like you see a lot of CT teams play on Vertigo. This is seemingly the perfect round to do it, though, because Cloud9 are coming in with some mid-aggression of their own, and there are, as we just said, a lot of guys here for the Gen.G squad. Daps has repositioned from construction. I like the idea from Buntet. The smoke misses, but it's going to give the illusion that there was a player construction, and that's not where Buntet ever was. So while they go running into mid, he's able to get 2. The lineup is in for Automatic, and it's only Motum left. 1v4 required here from this man, and a double setup at the top of B. Motum surely not ready for it, and Daps will catch him. 12 on the board for Gen.G. They are quick to rectify their mistakes from that previous round. They don't let another one slip by the wayside. And now they field a 12th on the board. They break the economy of Cloud9. Such an important round to win in the grand scheme of this series, as now a 13th round feels inevitable for Gen.G.
Yeah, and Automatic, he's playing great, right? Not just here, but in the series in general. The only major winner in this series, but yeah, he's showing us why. 18 kills on the previous map, 17 right now, and he's certainly not done. Cloud9, they might be done, at least on this round. It's just Glocks. 2 flashbangs, Deeg on OC. They're going to pop these players into the B-bomb site. Kusta will need support, but Daps has already come rotating in. It's awfully quiet towards the B side of things, and Gen.G don't like quiet. They want to make it loud rattling off some AKs.
Okay,
Kusta is full white in the open. He doesn't realize that he actually wasn't behind the pillar, and Sonic and Floppy get Glock opening kills. Bomb drop, buys some time, and Buntet will take some players out. It's luckily not going to be a problem for Gen.G, but that looked dire for a second.
That
Don't worry,
scary
man.
for Gen.G.
This is where Buntet, you know, he draws on his past experiences, and he goes, like, I'm used to my teammates just getting wrecked by some Glocks or something. I can mop it up. You know, that's what I'm good at. And he comes in and saves the day, right? He gets that one back under control along with the rest of the gang. And now 13 on the board for Gen.G. It still gets a little bit worrying, though, a lot more worrying than it ever should have got.
And if you just think about Bintet's journey up to this point,
man, it's wild. It is
a wild
wild
ride that man has had.
Yeah, I'm so glad he's finally in a team where you know, it doesn't, like, it's not just reliant on his performance anymore. You know, obviously he can you know, pop off and play sick, but even if he doesn't, he has a team behind him that can, you know, do some real damage. And that never felt like the case in Tyloo. But right here, right now, Gen.G, they're looking like a powerhouse, and they're gunning for those grand finals here in North America. But Motum has other ideas. Kill onto Som, but a flash to fight up on this A site. Automatic is still here, and no one's checked this position. No one's actually mollied it.
Yeah, Floppy does have one, though, and he's now over here at ramp, but they're peeling away on the Cloud9 side. They're backing off from ramp. They're sneaking. All the way back towards B they go. Where's Dapsack? Can we push number 7, Bastion? Okay, he's over here in middle. So not going to have the fastest rotation over here to the B site, but we'll still be able to help Kusta as long as he can buy a modicum of time here for Gen.G. Daps has actually already began a preemptive rotation back around and is already here. So both players inside of the site now for Gen.G. Kusta using Sonic's position, tries to use it against him, but isn't able to put up the kills required. Buntet is a man who might be, though, as he charges in to this retake. Him and Daps both falter, leaving it on automatic again, and this time he's not able to get it close. Cloud9, they managed to put another on the board, an 8th now, as this back-and-forth game continues in the second half.
Kusta's getting kind of cheesed at the back of B, right? Not only the round with Glocks where he's flashed out and doesn't realize he's in the open, but just there, he dinks the first player, and any M4 user knows, you try and continue the spray, you think you're going to kill them in the second bullet. No, they just run right away, and he transfers to a second dude, but that guy takes him down, and yeah, Kusta gets no kills at the back of the site. Even with good damage to Sonic, Sonic follows up with kills, so you know, you need a frag there for Kusta, a bare minimum. OC, displaying his frustration at not finishing the job, he puts automatic on 9 with the AWP. Still good damage anyway. A grenade could seal his fate, and Motum does have one of them as well. So low HP means automatic needs to play extremely passive in this round, and that can you know, force a change of setup here for Gen.G. They've got to play around that factor. So he sits in towards mid now, swapping positions with Buntet, who comes through elevated towards the A site, running a crossfire with Som, waiting for the execute. Cloud9 going to go for it. Som has been very patient. He hasn't been one of those players who's eager to fight on the ramp. He's had no problem with waiting around to play retake on this A site, and right now he's going to do that again. Bomb getting planted. He tries to stop it with a molly. Floppy smokes it, but the grenade and the kill will come through from Buntet's spray. The retake is on.
Yeah, and these 3 smokes are going to be instrumental. With 3 smokes, you can actually block off not just the position at ramp, but short as well. And in theory, at that point, Cloud9 are just going to have to force these fights through the smokes at ramp and short. And that's what's looking to come through now. They start to pepper into the site. Daps is the first man in. Still alive while the rest of the team starting to get chipped away around him. Motum in with another. JT not finished off by Daps. It leaves automatic in a 1v1, and there's just no time in this round. 9 on the board now for Cloud9, trying to make this comeback happen over on the T side. With each round, they are wrecking the future for Gen.G. There's no money, and a chance at a 10th feels very, very likely unless automatic can really pop off with this AWP now.
Yeah, and then that damage from OC actually does have value in the round, right? It may feel like kind of pointless because he doesn't kill automatic, but it forces a setup change. It moves the AWP away from A, and as a result, automatic comes in for the retake and a 1-on-2 that he can't win because he has no kit. So, yeah, you know, it works out in the long run. Obviously, that round would have played very differently if that damage didn't go down, and maybe automatic would have found kills on the A site. Maybe he wouldn't have. We won't know. It's an eco for Gen.G as Cloud9 come alive on the T side, 2 rounds in a row. This one hero AWP has got to do the heavy lifting. Som is playing a smoke, but Cloud9 are watching for it. This isn't really a surprising position to see a pistol in. going to see these C9 boys set up for the A side execute.
Yeah, pressure's really on for Automatic. What can he even do? There we go. We got our answer.
Shot through smoke.
Yeah, just gets one ball through the smoke. But Tet, not usually an AWPer, and won't be for much longer. Does get stripped down there by Motum. Even Daps all alone, wondering what went so wrong here to end up in this predicament. 10-13 now. Cloud9 starting to close this gap, starting to get back into the flow of Vertigo.
All right, I'm calling for it. It's time to get together the reunion tour.
Yeah.
You got Shroud.
Sure.
You got Freakazoid. Okay.
Right.
You're going to bring in Skadoodle.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm liking this so far.
And then so far, when you look at this whole project as a reunion tour, you know, kind of go play some show matches.
Maybe sign to C9.
Maybe like C9's old guys
Academy.
clubs. Yeah.
Are you going to
Nonetheless,
manage it, Trace?
I don't know. I was thinking more of a hands-off approach. It'd be more fun to talk about them outside. But yeah, be on the lookout for the reunion tour on the 32nd of February. That's going to be coming out. So
Tickets on sale now.
tickets on sale, 32nd of February. And for this, it looks like the rounds that are never going to come, at least for the side of Gen.G. Just three away from netting themselves a grand final appearance in the Road to Rio, North America. Forward positioning from Som. Automatic and Bintet are going to back up into the site. Mono playing close here, though, at the bottom of A, while the rest of the team clears out middle. So now what they've done is created themselves a little space as to where they want to go. Where do they get the picks?
Ooh, Daps dead early. No play into this round. Automatics found Floppy above the scaffolding, but there's more Cloud9 players trying to split this B site. Doing it from the main entrance, they will. Sonic is in, and he is out and about. Automatic made quick work of, and Cloud9 with a fast mid split take the round. Now that's a great example of why you don't want to forego middle. Gen.G lean towards a site because Cloud9 haven't shown much mid pressure, but a couple of smokes come down from Cloud9. They cut off elevator, they cut off CT, and you look at how easy they can split into that B bomb site. It helps they get the kill into B on Daps right there from Sonic, but once that frag's come through, there's just nothing Gen.G can do about defending the site. And, well, players coming in from all sides. Cloud9 really putting up a T side here. Don't count them out of this one. They've broken the money. They've forced a pause. And there should be 12-13 before all things continue.
Yeah, one of the other things that's just so hard about defending that B site, right? Like, you got to see it very much firsthand from Automatic. Like, he comes in from CT after getting smoked off to try and hold the elevator, but losing both players inside of the site means he, like, tries to reposition so he can hold both the push-up from B and the mid position, and that just leaves him exposed to so many angles, right? He didn't know where he should be looking. There were players everywhere, and he gets overwhelmed. So, you know, if you do lose these early fights at ramp, this B site is a really finicky one to hold on to, and in this round, it might just be back to B for Cloud9, try and get up in the face of Gen.G, and then they remove the face of Kusta. These rotations coming through from the Gen.G squad, but only pistols. And not even a commitment from Cloud9. They are just toying with Gen.G at this point.
Oh! Filthy stuff. Tim gets one, but that's probably the only kill we'll see in this round for Gen.G. Som's trying his best, but oof. Down to 2, and the flank is in. Motum will close it. It's 12 rounds for Cloud9 as expected. The money is there as well, and I think that's the biggest problem for Gen.G. Even if they start to pull this, or I say pull this back, like they're losing, but even if they start to put more CT rounds on the board, they've got to be basically flawless until they go to the finals, because Cloud9 have so much money, and we are late in the game that this could save Cloud9 from any kind of eco round. Gen.G, what do they got for us? This is a crucial swing round. Without it, Cloud9 likely take the lead. And so you can see how slow Gen.G are being out of spawn. Not rushing to the sites, not wanting to die early, but also they need middle, because that's proven to be a problem for them in the past.
It's going to be one of those big rounds, though. It's going to be one of those moments that, well, I don't think anyone's going to forget.
Yeah, all this attention to other avenues on the map has really restricted how much Gen.G are willing to play their hand here at A, right? And so as a result, in this round, Cloud9, they get top ramp control, they get into this A bomb site, and they've faced very little resistance thus far from the Gen.G side. That Molotov doesn't do anything to deny the plant. The nade will find some good damage onto Sonic. And they almost catch him as he crosses out from the bomb site, but a 5v5 retake.
Oof. Still nades here for Gen.G. There's still some shred of hope for them in a 5v5.
Yeah, they've really set up to just play for the retake and play around these smokes that they can throw. And it's almost like a bit of a role reversal, right? Cloud9 now the ones trying to hold down the line. The smokes have come in. JT can peek over the top, and this is one hell of a one-way. He can even spot the bomb. Som and Kusta, though, they've delivered a bunch of kills. OC can't see a thing, and Kusta does come in with a hat trick. This defuse is going to be close. It's going to be down to the wire, and I don't think he's got it. Daps accidentally got off the defuse at the beginning of that one. He would have had time if he'd stuck it from the offset, but he accidentally lets go 2 seconds in, goes back in for the defuse, and there's not enough time. That is heartbreaking that that's how it falls apart for Gen.G.
It's classic, seeing teams play for retake on Vertigo and not buy kits. I'm so confused. Even if they do buy the kits, it seems like we never have the player with the kit get on the defuse. It's always someone else. And I know things get hectic when you're coming in for those retakes. You're pushing through smokes, you're spamming. Cloud9 are everywhere. There's 5-on-5, but if you don't stick the bomb with a kit, that's exactly what's going to happen. OC doesn't even hit a shot, but he wins the round in the 1-on-3 just by, well, I say staying alive. He didn't even do that. Regardless, it's Cloud9. It's a 13th round, and it's them saving themselves from the brink of defeat here in this semi-final. And the money is still there, of course, as noted. Gen.G get away with guns, so they have something to play with and something to play for, but Cloud9 just convert it in the post-plant. And you can see how pressured Gen.G feel by how they're playing A. Bintet and Som haven't been fighting. They've been just playing full retake, giving up on taking any control towards ramp. And that's just because Cloud9 are winning all of these fights here.
Well, this was 13-7 at one point in favor of Gen.G. The last 6 in a row going in favor of Cloud9 has certainly put them in pole position here. Not going to take us to a third map. Looking to keep this grand final dream alive here at the road to Rio. Automatic opening this round up, but Kusta does get caught aggressive down towards the base of ramp. So quickly equalized courtesy of Floppy. OC's even set up here at the top of ramp, and he's looking just to remove a man, just to pluck one from the defense of this Gen.G squad. And if he gets it, then Cloud9 really might elevate the pace here, because that bomb is rotating around. They know that they've drawn heavy rotations over towards the B side of the map. Cloud9 are very much in the driver's seat right here, right now. And if this kill comes in, then this round might be decided on the back of it.
We might have to see a flank here from Gen.G. Like, that's what they're left with. They were double B for a while in this round, but Tet has just come back to join Som at least as the smokes come down, but still Gen.G have 2 players who are nowhere near the site, and that's going to allow for a free bomb plot. Cloud9 get it down. There's no nades to stop it right now. Daps is a long way away on that B bomb site, and this smoke fading could be a problem for Som. He could get spammed. It's a common spot. Gen.G waiting, grouping, and no flanks in play. Daps is coming in on this late lurk, but they were scared of middle. Cloud9 are just fully committed to the site right now. They've even cleared bottom ramp. They know there's no flank. Sonic is waiting. He hasn't even moved since planting. He's going to go wide. He drops one, doubles down. Sonic with the spray, and just like that, the round is over. Cloud9 bottle Gen.G up, and they will find 14 first.
Gen.G fans around the world, Pepe hands and all, not enjoying this comeback that has been Cloud9. Good on Sonic, perfect positioning in the post plant, doesn't even have to move.
It's excellent work from Cloud9, but it does feel like how my pug felt this morning, right? Getting 11 rounds T-side and then getting A smoke executes on you every single round on the A site. It can be so annoying to play against if you're Gen.G. You can feel like there's just no solution at times.
Hugo, let's not forget that a teammate had to be kicked out of that
that
pug.
was true,
So,
yeah.
You know, playing a man down isn't ideal either way. Shout out to Blue, you had to go.
Blue man, why?
Well, let's see what goes on for the Blue Men in this round. I'm, of course, talking about Gen.G, right? They've gone for this partial investment.
Yeah.
They do have something to offer in this round, but it's really not a hell of a lot. And Gen.G, with only 2 players over at the A side of the map, they run the risk of having this A site being a problem again. Now, this time they've assembled a boost, and it's Som with vision over towards ramp, and he just might get rewarded in a moment's time. Oh, Som.
Oh, they're coming up short.
Oh, they're coming. They're getting close, and no one's got any idea. This boost is about to get dismantled in a very big way. And there it is. Floppy finds them both. Tag from Daps, but not the kill. And Automatic is all alone, trying to deny map point to Cloud9. He's not even going to give this one a go. They're actually hunting for him. And Floppy, well, he will get taken down. Motum is nearby to trade. 15 for Cloud9 and a third map on the horizon.
This is why I said that 70% CT win rate can be deceiving for Gen.G, and I imagine it was just inflated from, you know, a good game against Triumph, because their CT side has been awful. You know, like, I don't even really want to blame Gen.G because it's so hard to get those retakes on A, but it's Cloud9 just powering into A every single round. We've had 4 in this second half for Gen.G, and they were 4 of the 5 opening rounds. Since that point, they've been silent.
Okay, so we won't blame Gen.G, but we will definitely question some of the holds here on B from the side of Gen.G. Those were not pretty by any stretches of the imagination. And now back against the wall in a game that looked like it was all but done. Gen.G are about to be taken to a third, potentially on the offset of this round.
Overtime is available as well. 2 rounds for Gen.G would put them there.
This man, Floppy, lethal. He gets out in front. He wants to take B by storm. Has the drop on Kusta, who is super out of position. And it's easy kills for the side of Cloud9. A joke of a hold, if you will, for Gen.G at the B site. And they're going to get walked all over here. Som 1v5. This one, well, you can go ahead and write it in the books, ladies and gentlemen. A third map on the cards, guaranteed now, as the last player falls for Gen.G. We are right here at the ESL Wonder Rio, and this train will be departing the